Welcome to the coaching program for leaders, entrepreneurs, and individuals. Unleash your leadership genius, Module 1, Week 2. And in this chapter, you are gonna learn how to build a healthy relationship with yourself, how to set boundaries, how to prioritize yourself, which is extremely important for leading a happy and healthy life, and especially to build up also relationships with the environment, but as well to be happy in your own relationship. So let's get started. And before we are getting started, take a pen and a paper so that you can make as many as possible notes so that you can learn as much as possible. And as you know, I am implementing a lot the NLP technique was because I am also an expert in NLP, and I am very passionate about leadership and personal development. And if you are ready, then I will start. Just take place, focus on everything what I'm gonna share with you on all the techniques and examples. And when we are talking about building up a relationship with yourself, everything starts with self-love, self-admiration, appreciation, and prioritizing yourself. Also, mastering the ability to see your own qualities and capabilities. Yeah? So, and never undermine yourself, not even when you are making fun with your friends, because the way you are seeing yourself, that's the image that is reflecting out to the world. Yeah? So many people are underestimating this aspect, but it's crucial, because the way you are treating yourself, you are teaching also other people to treat you by the same way, and don't forget that. And with these first steps starts also the healthy relationship with yourself, that it's reflecting out in all the areas of your life, absolutely in all of them. So the more you tolerate, the more you'll let pain, or the more you'll suffer. And the intention, so in this chapter, in today's class, is to teach you and to give you insight how to feel comfortable even being alone, being with yourself. Many people are scared being alone or spending time with themselves. But remember that when you spend time with yourself, you get more time to reflect about yourself, to reflect about your personality, about your qualities, and not the least and the last, to connect with your inner power, with your inner force, which is vital for your growth, and as well for the fact that you can enjoy the life the way you really want, or the way you are supposed to be. And now I would like also to talk about your mood, because very often many people they are conditioned by the environment or weather, or if something has said something offensive, then they are taking it personally. Learn to don't take things personally. Many people might be saying something to affect your mood if you are not aware that that's a reflection of themselves, and it's not about you. And especially people who are in many frustrations, troubles, obstacles, when they cannot achieve something in their life, they will always try to project it on you. But remember, that's their own projection, even if they will try to offend you. So learn to understand what is behind of that, what when someone is telling you something, even if it's offensive. So learn to don't take it personally. And for example, when someone is very, very, very frustrated or even angry, yeah, so these are emotions that the humans are expressing, and you have to understand um, what is behind that emotion and the intention, yeah, that is behind the way the person feels. And when you let yourself to be conditioned by the outside world or by your environment, it will play bad tricks on you also. And the way you react is extremely important. And you have to remember that 90% in life, it's about psychology, understanding the human mind and behavior. And about 10% is the way you react. Yeah. So learn to don't depend or to let conditioning your mood because of the frustrations of other people, or only because they are struggling and they are aiming to take you down. You have to understand that this is the human nature, and especially when it's a matter of growth, or there is always competition, yeah. So, and the most humans, they are trying to compete with each others, yeah, so to obtain something in life, especially entrepreneurs, where there is also all the time a little bit of jealousy, even if the people are not recognizing. But what you have to understand, that behind that emotion, it's hiding a little bit of frustration when someone cannot achieve what you have achieved, yeah. So when you have achieved something in your life, and then you have to understand that when someone is even getting jealous, they are getting jealous uh, because they are looking up to you, yes. So they want to get what you have, and they cannot get that. I mean, that's an emotion that it's called frustration, yeah. So, and don't allow anyone to condition you, and to affect your mood because of their own projection, because they cannot succeed. You have to understand what is behind that emotion, yeah. It might be that the person is not as bad as it seems, yeah, but because the people are struggling, or maybe it can happen, whatever it is in life, yeah. And that's why it's happening what is happening. But you have also to pay attention to the people that might be causing obstacles in your way, yeah. And but I will come back on this topic and in the chapter of your environment. So I'm gonna mention this, the way, so how you have to pay attention at your environment and to build it up. And in this case, so I would like also to talk a little bit about your self-awareness through sensory acuity, which is an NLP technique that I am implementing also very, very often, to shift so the self-awareness within my students, and to make them aware of their own emotions and behavior. And in this case, begin to pay close attention to how you feel. when we are talking about self-awareness, because we humans, so we are programming our mind in a such way, which I'm calling automated pilot. So which means that we are functioning the way we are programming our mind. So pay close attention when you are waking up early in the morning, on what is focused your mind. And in this case, it's highly recommended. I am highly recommending to create a routine or a daily program so that you can focus your mind on productive scaling. And what do I mean? In order so that you don't waste your emotions and time, but as well your health. You have to be aware that throughout your mind, you are getting the positive or negative emotions, and these positive or negative emotions, they are affecting your mood and your health. So we are causing all our illnesses throughout the thoughts that are forming in our mind, and you have to understand that. So you have to understand that you are the architect or and of your own thoughts. So you are giving a form to your thoughts, to your emotions, to your behavior, and also the way you react. So it's in everything, it's a decision. That's what you have to understand, and this is exactly how it works. So the human mind, because you are deciding to reacting that way. You are deciding, to think the way you think. And before you're speaking something loudly out, you have to reflect it on, and then to decide what to say and how to say, because this affects all the areas of your life. And the most important, all type of relationships and collaborationships that you are having or building up, and especially if you are an entrepreneur, then you can imagine. So this chapter is actually one of the most crucial for entrepreneurs, leaders, managers, no matter in what field you are operating, because the relationship with yourself and self-awareness will change totally the game and the way how do you behave yourself in life, and the way how you're building up as well. So everything around you, because everything depends on your reaction. So remember that 10% depends everything on your reaction, and the rest is psychology, understanding what is going on and why and how. Yeah. And so notice also the language you are using, like I just explained. So the words, remember, they are extremely powerful. They can even dominate, your emotional mood, also your psychological state, your emotional state. Just imagine if someone is saying something bad towards you, how much is affecting that. So your emotional and psychological state. So this chapter, it's a real catalyst, game changer for everyone who can become aware of the fact how to manage yourself, how to manage your thoughts, your emotions, and even your actions, in order to improve the quality of your life, but as well, so the relationship with yourself and with all the people around you. In this case, if you even want to eliminate the inappropriate language, then write all those words on paper and pay attention at them and don't use them anymore. Yeah. So especially if those words are affecting hugely your relationships or the quality of your relationships and everything what you are doing in your life. Many people are not aware, but the way you are expressing yourself, your emotions, the way you are addressing everything towards the people, it's influencing massively also the quality of your relationships and life. It's affecting massively also the quality of everything what you are getting, the quality of the results in your life. And I know it takes time, so it's a matter of mastering all these abilities, but you have to repeat it again and again on a daily basis. And as long as you are delving into the Unleash Your Leadership Genius, you see, this is also the reason why the title of this coaching program, which is very, very transformative, it's called Unleash Your Leadership Genius, because everything starts with yourself. Everything borns within. Yeah. So your inner world, it's reflecting your outer world, and you have to understand that before your life will start to change and to transform. And what I am also highly recommending is to start a dialogue, internal dialogue with yourself. Yeah. You can also write it down on a piece of paper and to start to talk to yourself, just to ask questions. You write them down and then you are answering them. And this is an internal dialogue. For example, in this case, because we are addressing so the topic of self-awareness, let's talk about emotions, the way you feel, especially when you are frustrating. If you feel disappointment, discouragement, if someone has discouraged you, write down those emotions on a piece of paper. Yeah. And then start this internal dialogue, and it's very, very, very powerful also with affirmations, always accompanied by affirmations that I am worth to get this. So I love myself very, very much because I deserve it, or because I'm doing my best, because I am a good person. And the internal dialogue will awaken as well the peace within you. So reframe the negativity always with positivity. Remember, that's a choice. Everything in life, it's a choice. If you are feeling bad emotions, those bad emotions are caused also by your thoughts. And you need absolutely to exercise this internal dialogue with you, and because that affects also your body posture. You have to observe yourself, or at least to master this ability to observe yourself, because not everyone has such a high level of self-observation or self-awareness. So if you are in that stage of still learning and discovering yourself, it's okay. Just follow all my techniques that I'm sharing with you and implement them on a daily basis, because they will affect massively everything in your life, even especially your relationship with yourself. Remember, if you don't have peace of mind and soul, you cannot get also peace with people around you, not even in your business. And this is absolutely true for not 100%, but for 1000%. Even if you will try maybe um, to argue, or even if you are not agree, but from the moment that you will start to implement it, you'll notice the deeply changements, also the shift in your emotions, the shift in your mindset, the shift in your attitude, the way you feel, the shift in your mood and everything. And you'll see how transformative are these techniques, the neurolinguistical techniques, yeah. And the emotional shifts, they are extremely powerful when you are reframing your thoughts from negative to positive. Try to use only positive sentences and affirmations every single day. Remove any kind of negativity from your mind, and you will notice a, a radical transformation, even within your mood, even with people around you. Try to give compliments, try to see the beauty in everything, try to admire people around you, try to appreciate when the people are doing good for you. Show gratitude towards the people that are contributing to your growth. Show gratitude as well towards your family members when they are doing something for you. Or even in your professional collaborationships, try to show that gratitude, yeah? And greatness, kindness, and you'll see a massive shift and transformation in your life. So a gentle reminder, everything depends on your mindset, on the quality of your thinking. And now, so let's talk about the reframing of your inner dialogue, which I was just mentioning, about negative self-talk, limiting beliefs as well, limitations when you are setting limitations about self-love, boundaries when you are allowing the people, to say whatever it comes in their mind. If you don't allow them, you'll protect yourself emotionally, which is extremely healthy. Something also extremely important, you have maybe to be selective if you are a very sensitive person. Not only if you are sensitive, I mean, this matters for every single type of personality. And when you don't like someone, or you don't match with their energy, it's your right to don't allow them in your life. Or maybe your values are not matching. It's okay to say no. I don't want to work with you, or I don't even want to talk to you. Everything is energy in our life, and we can feel it on distance when someone has a positive or a negative energy. There might be people that they are still in the learning process and transformation, and they are still really struggling very much. This is called also an inner conflict because of their bad experience, pain, frustrations, even if they have done something wrong, and they are still in a negative emotional state. You can feel that. It's all a reflection of the inner energy, yeah. So like I am always saying, the inner world reflects to the outer world, and we can sense that, we can feel that, yeah. So, or positivity or negativity, or even a stream of very powerful energy even if it's very, very positive, even dominant, that dominates everything around. When you are in a room and with a person who has a very, very powerful aura, and you can feel that, even if you are on the other side of the room. So, and when you feel that, and it's the aura or the energy of the person, it's always giving signals to you the way you feel. So listen to your intuition. And to decide, do you allow that person in your life or not? Extremely important. And let's talk also about the reframing the negative self-talk. How often are you trying to convince yourself through limiting beliefs? Because it's do that we are limiting ourselves, or do the fact that we don't believe enough in ourselves, in our capabilities, even opportunities, we are having the tendency to having a negative self-talk. I'm not good enough, I am not enough, I'm not gonna succeed, maybe something will go wrong. What if it will go well? What if you will succeed? You see the difference? So reframe the negative self-talk and the limiting beliefs to the positive one. Also, negative self-talk about love limits. When you think that you will never meet the person who really is gonna love you with unconditional love, from the bottom of the heart, real love does still exist. And I truly believe that every one of us has that partner that is really meant for you, even from your birth. You might be destined to having even 2 or 3 partners, but it doesn't matter. The most important in this case is your belief, your self-positive talk to reframe. So the self-negative talk into self-positive talk. And also self-trust. How much do you trust yourself? Guys, this is the one of the most crucial area of life. Self-love and trust, and when it comes to build up a relationship with yourself, because when you don't trust yourself, the people around you will also doubt you. So everything is visible. We have senses, on through our look, through our expression of face, body language. Did you know that 90% of our body language is telling to our environment everything, even you without being aware of that? And that's why so self-trust and self-love and also positive self-talk, it's extremely affecting your behavior and your mood and your mindset massively. If you will pay attention at this topic, reframing your inner dialogue with yourself, writing it down and repeating it every single day. Every single day you have to repeat it again and again. Yes, so that you can change it. Remember, an habit takes about 30 days to change it, which means that during 30 days you have every single day to repeat that and to implement that. Even if you are smoking, it matters the same. And if it's really difficult for you to to cut at once, I mean the smoking, you try to smoke 2 cigarettes less every single day if you are smoking really very, very much. And also thinking about the effectiveness of smoking. What does smoking for you? Is that solving the problem, or is that affecting even more so your health? And to give you an example of the reframing, because I will move to the next chapter, I want to encourage you and to repeat it with me. I'm not good enough. And then what is the positive reframe of this thought or this statement? I am learning and growing every day. Yeah, so that's the positive reframing of this thought, of this emotion that you are probably craving within you emotionally, and that it's really very, very heavy for many people because that's doing suffering you, and that's not the intention. So we are here to build up a healthy relationship with yourself in order so that you can be healthy and happy and to succeed in all the areas of your life. And then, so the next step when it comes to build up a healthy and beautiful relationship with yourself is to align with your values. So what does it mean? Your expectations and results in life that you are expecting from yourself, they have to be realistical, first of all, and tailored, measurable. Yes, so you have to be aware of your expectations based on the possibilities that you are creating. Yeah. And the way how do you do that? Also ask yourself, what's most important to me in life and in how I treat myself, and how can I achieve those results, or how can I fulfill those expectations? So awareness is the key when it comes to align so your values with your expectations, in order so that you are not gonna hurt yourself emotionally. Remember, all the emotional heaviness that you are feeling within you, it's an emotion, it's a negative thought that you're creating, and it's affecting your mood and your emotional state, even your psychological state, because when you are not in a good mood, that's affecting badly also your behavior and your actions and everything what you are doing. So once you have identified actually what is causing those negative thoughts, because there is always a reason for that, a reason for your frustration, why you are frustrated, then align daily actions with these values to create internal harmony, you see. So every single day you have also to learn to treat yourself very well. And again, so based on the possibilities that you are creating by yourself. And it's extremely important living in line with your values nurtures authentic self-respect. Here we go. How important is self-respect, and how do you think that you can earn this respect also from the environment, from your friends, acquaintances, and even business relationships? If you are not true to yourself, if you are not honest with yourself, you cannot get even self-respect. It's called self-respect when you are honest with yourself. And this reflects out to the world, to your environment, relationships, and go so on. And this is exactly what is doing the people respecting you. And how do you do that? By communicating, by telling clearly what you accept, what you don't accept, what are your boundaries, and what do you tolerate, what you are agree and what you are not agree as well. Yeah, so very firmly and clearly you have to express that, because if you are not telling to the people that clearly, they will never respect your boundaries. Remember, what you tolerate, that's what you get, because you do allow the people to do that. When you don't allow the people to do that, they won't dare to transcend your boundaries. Yeah. It's easy, but it's a matter of exercising and implementing it in your daily life, day by day and day after day. And so the next chapter in this lesson, when it comes to build up your relationship with yourself, is creating an anchor for love and compassion. Yeah, so loving yourself, and when you are loving yourself, then you are allowing to feel what you feel. You are embracing your emotions and you are accepting them. Even if it happens that you don't feel very well, you accept that. You accept that moment or that day that you don't feel well, and you are also communicating that. And the anchor in the NLP is when you are touching your heart, or when you are visualizing a warm light to access self-love and calm instantly. Yeah, which means that you can really touch, your chest or your heart, a part of your body where you feel a real connection with yourself, with your soul. Yeah, and recall a moment you felt unconditional love, and connect with that momentum, intensify that feeling, and you have to live that momentum again, to feel it inside of you and embrace that momentum. So, and going back in the time and embracing that unconditional love momentum, you'll live it again, and it will stimulate and motivate you and to implement that unconditional love in your relationship with yourself every single day. This is an exercise that will help a lot. It will even reunite you again with the warmth of love, with the sensitivity of love throughout your soul and heart. And so now let's practice an exercise, visualizing so your ideal self, the person you want to become, or the person you are already inside, but you need to master some skills in order to dare to be the person, because many people don't dare to be the way they really are. And that's a very, very, very big frustration, and that's the main cause of unhappiness and unsuccessfulness. Yeah, so when you are really struggling to achieve something in your life, then you have to understand what is the cause of it, what has caused all these troubles, yeah, within your behavior, or your insecurities as well. Also not having the courage to be you. It might be a matter of fear, or a bad experience or trauma from your childhood that you're still facing, or still feeling. And self-love exercise so helps really very, 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 very much. You need to connect with your inner child and to ask your inner child, what does he need? So you have to go back in the time when you were a child and remember a bad momentum when you were feeling lack of love, compassion, kindness. Close your eyes and touch again the most dearest place on your body. It might be so your chest, your here in the middle of it's your soul, and maybe left side your heart, and connect with that and visualize so your ideal self, the way you want to be and what you need to receive in order to become the way you really are deep down, or the ideal identity and personality you want to master, to educate within you. And give to your inner child all these qualities, all these capabilities, all this wisdom that your inner child is lacking, but still keeping your eyes closed. Once you can even write down before you are starting to practice this exercise. And after, so you have given all this self-love to your ideal self, to your personality, while building up a healthy, nurturing relationship with yourself, then you are coming back. Yeah, and you might be crying, so just let it happen. Cry, embrace yourself, celebrate this momentum, because you are courageous, so you are daring to do that, and connect again with yourself. So touch again the most warm place on your body that it feels for you. And also, if you need some compassion, some wisdom, to become the best version of yourself, you just do that. And also, you could ask yourself, let's practice this exercise together so that you can improve that. How would you like to walk, talk, and think if you loved yourself completely? Just think about that, yeah? And then you have to see it, visualize it, you have to feel it, you have also to hear it while talking, so with yourself. Remember the inner dialogue with yourself, yeah? And let it become familiar, so implement it. And repeat it as often as possible. And you know, this aspect or this exercise will absolutely motivate you to train your conscious mind to move towards that version every single day. And now, so let's integrate some parts technique with. If you feel an inner conflict, so how does it feel? And an inner conflict, it can be a result of tiredness, or a hard push, or lack of harmony, lack of understanding. Also, when you are not accepted by your family members, or when there is also lack of balance, inner wisdom, whatever it is, whatever your situation is. So this technique will stimulate, you know, to integrate this part within you and to solve your inner conflicts. You have to be aware that the inner conflict is happening within you when you are lacking something, when you don't understand why this happened and how it happened. A very powerful exercise in this case is forgiveness and accepting and letting it go, because if you don't let it go, it will come again and again, and it will create many obstacles and the inner conflict, and also emotional heaviness that is very heavy for you, and psychologically too. And let me tell you more, this is causing also the most illnesses in our body, but also it's disturbing your sleep, it's disturbing also your focus. Instead to focus on the most important productive things you and positivity, because of that most of the time, so the humans are focusing on negativity, which means that you are focusing into the past and not into the present. And instead, so to shift, if you really want to shift, to experience that shift from the past into the present and to live your present, that's gonna help you to grow enormously, because that's exactly what is holding you back. That emotional block, that inner conflict that it's bothering you inside of you, and is not allowing you to move forward, to grow. And to can grow, what are we doing? We forgive. We forgive, and the way we forgive, you are asking for forgiveness, you go to the person or you call. If you don't want to see the person, you can even call or send a message. And if they have asked you to forgive, you just forgive them and you tell them, I have forgiven you. And then also with yourself, you are saying, I am letting it go. I am letting it go. I am letting it go. You can write it, these words, even on a piece of paper, and you have to burn it out, so in fire, and to throw away, so that you let it go forever, that you remove that forever from your life, from your mind and soul. Why? Because that's for your own benefit, from your own health and state of mind and soul, so that you can get peace and balance in order to grow. Again, so a reminder, when you don't let go, when you don't forgive the people around you, you cannot grow. That's creating also energetical obstacles. Everything is energy, remember that. And in as such, even if you cannot forgive it immediately, take the time to practice it again and again. Remember, when you wish the best to the people, but on distance, far away from you, and you let it go, they will get what they want and they will let you in peace. That's what you have to realize, which is very powerful. And also, to bring harmony in your mind, in your soul, so to feel healthy and happy, you have to forgive also yourself. Yeah. So which means that you have to make peace with your own heart, soul and mind, creating harmony within yourself, and to get the balance that you really need for a wealthy, happy and healthy life. So I think that for today you got lots of homework, all the techniques that I have been mentioning, so you have to exercise and implement on a daily basis, with exception, so the forgiveness, integrating the parts, that's the last point. And by combining all these techniques, you will experience so lots of love for yourself, but as well for the environment and people that you will be connected with. And you will experience as well a very deep self-awareness that can create a very powerful inner relationship and nurturing your soul with positivity and love. And something is that honors so your personality and helps you thrive with grace and confidence. How amazing sounds it. So exactly what you need in order so that you can thrive and succeed. So for now, I want to thank you for being here and taking the time as well. So book enough time for these classes, because they are extremely transformative. If you really want to experience this transformation, you have to implement all the techniques that I am sharing with you. Yeah, so take care and see you in the next module.